Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you into the kitchen with me on this beautiful afternoon where we're going to get busy canning up the corned beef. Now, by the time you see this video, it's long done already. Now, Wednesday was the 7-day mark for the second piece of corned beef, and Wednesday it is, and it is past the 7 days, so it's time to cut it up and get it canned, and you have to pressure can it. So let's have some fun, y'all. I got my beautiful corned beef here. It smells so good. I have trimmed a bunch of the hard fat off of it. I'm leaving a little fat because that's flavor. So what I want is ½ inch to 1 inch cubes. This old glass cutting board can be hard on the knives. And I'm telling you, it smells so good. Yeah, it doesn't cut good on this cutting board. Now, I'm going to be raw packing and cold packing. So, when you raw pack your meat, it should be cold. And it is cold. And rule of thumb is you can get about a pound per pint jar. Now, if you want to, you can can it in quart jars, as long as you have a whole bunch of it to put up. And some of this fat is tough, but once it goes through that pressure canner, it's going to be tender and flavorful and juicy. I wish y'all were here to smell this. It smells so wonderful. You can smell the dill seeds, the caraway. And let me tell you, that one half of the brisket that I cooked for Irish Day, oh, let me tell you, that was so good. Yeah, cutting on a glass cutting board dulls your knives. Alright, I'm going to finish cutting these two big pieces up, and I'll bring you back. Okay, I got it all cubed up. I finally had to change cutting board, worked like a charm. I have 5 pint jars, which I'm hoping that's going to fill them. And yes, I decided to go on and add the pickling spices for corned beef into my jars. You want to shake them real good, make sure they get good and dispersed or mixed together. Now, make sure your jars are clean and sanitized and room temperature because we're cold packing. Make sure you have vinegar because you're going to want to wipe these rims because corned beef is fatty. I did trim more fat off as I was cubing it up. Now in each jar, now I'll have the recipe in the description box below the video. Then the spices are optional. You can choose to use them. You can choose to leave them out. I have, it's all a quarter teaspoon. Quarter teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. Quarter teaspoon of black pepper. Quarter teaspoon of caraway seeds. Quarter of a teaspoon of dill seeds. Quarter of a teaspoon of yellow mustard seed. And last but not least, a quarter teaspoon of coriander, powdered coriander. So with that being said, we're going to cold pack the meat. Make sure your hands are clean. You could use a spoon, you could use tongs. I just happen to use the best tools on earth, and that's your hands. Now, I do use a chopstick. You're going to want an ending inch headspace. You want to make sure you get any big bubbles out. And like I said, a pint holds a pound of meat. I'll work on it better once I get my hands washed. Alright, I'm going to continue to pack the jars and I'll bring you back when I'm done. Okay, I ended up with 5 jars. Not all of them are tightly packed. I had to rob Peter to fill up several jars, but it's going to be fine. And you want to use white vinegar to clean your rims, because don't take any chances. Not cleaning those rims can cause those seals not to work. And you want to put your bands on just finger tight. And I'm not putting any liquid in it. The corned beef will produce its own liquid. And I always change spots on my rag to make sure that I'm not wiping with the same spot, because if you keep using the same spot on your rag, you just take a bigger chance of just smearing grease or fat all over those rims. Alright, I got 5 pints out of that brisket. Now, me being me, I'm not going to just run my canner for 5-pint jars, because I have a big All-American. What's okay is I have a whole bunch of cubed up boneless skinless chicken breasts. I'm going to have jarred up in the canner waiting for these. Alright, I'll bring you back when I put these in the canner. Alright, I almost have a full canner. I will here in a bit. Uh, the 5 jars of corned beef is in the bottom, along with, let's see, 4 jars of chicken breast, and I'm going to end up adding 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 jars on top. Because I fully believe in running as close to full canners as you can. That way you don't waste electricity. Now, my canner is an all-American. Follow the rules of your canner. It being an all-American, I don't have gaskets, thankfully, to worry about. I do have to oil my rim so the lid won't stick. I'd much rather do this than I would worry about gaskets. Okay, now I'm going to always oil my rim before I put the top layer of jars in. I have 9 on the bottom. I'm going to have 7, 8 on top. I liked having a full canner by 2 jars. And yes, it is perfectly fine and safe to can multiple jars of meat as long as they have to be pressure canned for the same amount of time. I have my fire on already, and yes, I can outside because 1, I love cooking with gas, and 2, I have an electric stove inside, and it takes forever to cook on those, and you can mess your eyes up. The one big eye that I have on the stove is already messed up. Alright, opposite sides, just finger tight. Then go back and tighten the clamps down. Now, you want to bring this up slowly. The water in your canner should be cold or room temperature. Your jars are cold, your meat's cold, so slow flame to bring it up to temp. And I'm going to wait for it to start bending, and I'll bring y'all back. See you at the wall. Okay, it has come up to temp, and I'm going to let it vent for 10 minutes. See you back here after a while. Okay, it's been venting for 10 minutes. I'm going to put the 10-pound weight on it, which is what and I'm going to bring it up to 11 pounds of pressure. Once that's stable, I'll bring y'all back. Okay, it's a steady 11 pounds of pressure. Since I'm doing pints, it's going to be 75 minutes. If you're doing quarts, it'll be 90 minutes. I'll see y'all after a while. Just make sure that that pressure gauge does not go past below 11, or if you have to do 15, don't let it go past below 15. And if you have to do 5, don't let it go by below 5. Alright, I'm going to go inside and work on some things. See y'all later. Done pressure canning for 75 minutes. I'm going to cut the flame off. I'm going to turn the propane off. And I'm going to let this completely depressurize, go down to 0, and cool down some. And I'm going to go get me a little bit of sleep. I'll see y'all later. So I am up way sooner than I should be. I'm going to go on and take the weight off. No pressure. And no, it does not hurt a thing to just walk away and let your canner cool down. It doesn't hurt nothing inside. Oh, beautiful, beautiful chicken. Alright, I'm gonna get the canner unloaded and I'll bring you back. Alright, the 5 jars of corned beef are cooling off now. Yes, they look hazy. No, they did not siphon. I have quit putting vinegar in my canner because I don't like what it does. And then I got my chicken over there because, I said I don't like to do partially filled canners. So there we have. And yes, your corned beef, any meat will shrink down when pressure canned, but that is still perfectly fine. And it's going to be some good eating later on. Simple, easy, homemade, from scratch, from beginning to corning to jarring up and pressure canning. You can do this. It's not hard to do as long as you have the supplies to do it with. And yes, I prefer to can on my propane cast iron cooker because one, it takes half the time on this electric stove. Plus, that cooker's eye's not going to mess up like this stove has done. So, simple, easy, homemade, and as you heard earlier, it's a breeze to do. Everyone, take care, stay safe and sound. Continue to stock up your pantries with food that will nourish and sustain you, medicinals that will heal you, protection of all kinds, and above all else, the bare essentials to survive on. Yep, I got woke up a whole lot sooner than I was wanting to, so hey, let's roll with it. Everyone stay safe and sound, take care, and may you each be blessed. Hoot hoot. Mwah. Love y'all. I'll see you soon.